My name is Joseph Rustick. I'm the local chapter president for the American Nuclear Society at Vanderbilt. We do a number of activities throughout the year on nuclear-related subjects. We have gone on trips to national labs, to nuclear plants in construction. We have hosted speakers, and we have participated in conferences, both nationally and local, related to the nuclear field.
I chose to become a member of ANS because most of my peers were involved in the organization, and they do a lot of interesting activities. And when I came to Vanderbilt, the nuclear field was kind of new to me, and I think ANS has provided me with the opportunity to become more acquainted with the professional aspects of the field rather than strictly academic. And I've also gotten to do a lot of fun things. We've done some Habitat for Humanity builds. Some of the women in our ANS group went and volunteered at a conference for young women interested in science and technology, and we just have a good time. So I think it's a great organization to join.
Let me begin with when our chapter was formed. It was formed in 2008, and it came about because we had a student who is now an employee of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission who was doing her thesis on nuclear waste management, and she explored the opportunity of setting up a chapter of the ANS at Vanderbilt. And it turned out to be very interesting for us, because when we were going through the process of setting up the chapter, the response we got was, you know, Vanderbilt would be the only student chapter of the American Nuclear Society that doesn't have a degree program in nuclear engineering. And our specialty has always been the engineering and the environmental interface. So I think we're still unique. There may be other schools like us, but as far as I know, we're the only current member of the ANS that has that thrust.
Student involvement is extremely important, both as something, a benefit for the students, as well as it's just a tremendous help to make the meeting run smoothly. There's the networking aspect, both, you know, get to knowing people at meetings and such, as well as in the society at large. Other ANS members, other American Nuclear Society members will notice, oh, you were involved in that as a student, and that says something about your interest in the area.
Just networking with people and talking to individuals that are important and are contributing majorly to their field, it's good to have practice to approach them and have experience talking with a professional, because it grows your skills in communication, which is very important in the scientific fields and engineering fields. And also, it allows you to practice your what's called an elevator speech about your research. When you have to explain to someone in that short amount of time, it really allows you to understand your work a lot better and find those significant points on why you want to help out in that field and why your work is contributing to something that you believe in.
The opportunity to meet potential employers and potential colleagues through an organization like the American Nuclear Society, I think, is really beneficial.
There is potential to talk with colleagues and other researchers about future collaborations of research, really have a chance to sit down with them one-on-one and maybe establish some new ideas, go over what you're working on currently, how to better your work.
So there's also resources with ANS. ANS has all kinds of standards and codes and journals and things that you can access as a student member that you can't if you're not a member.
An exciting aspect of the TOFI conference was that the students traveled with the larger group on a field trip tour of the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. We visited 2 facilities, the high-flux isotope reactor and the spallation neutron source. Both facilities, the Fyffe and SNS, are 2 types of technologies for the production of isotopes within nuclear medicine, security applications, and for use within other nuclear research areas.
I think the most interesting thing for me at the Fusion Conference has really been learning about an area of nuclear engineering that I had no previous experience in. I originally came to Vanderbilt wanting to do water resources and had a background in water resources in environmental engineering, so I really had no experience with the nuclear field whatsoever. Now I've had a year of classes on kind of fission-based nuclear engineering, and getting exposed to the fusion-based side of things has really expanded my knowledge base, and being able to converse with people about new projects such as ITER that they're building in France have really expanded my knowledge base and will help me, I think, be more well-rounded in the field.
A great experience at the ANS Fyffe conference was that I met with a man from the Idaho National Laboratory in Idaho Falls, Idaho, and we discussed some of the potential work that we could collaborate on for assessing the occupational safety and health issues related to chemical exposures. Not necessarily the focus, but also in conjunction with radiological exposures for workers in fusion, and also they apply to fission projects as well. So it was a great interaction because occupational safety is an issue that everyone has to be concerned with, especially in these types of fields. It was a great collaboration and discussion about how our work meshes and is similar and dissimilar, and how we could make them more similar. It's a great experience.
During this past October, the Vanderbilt Student Chapter of ANS volunteered with the Graduate School Council by decorating and stuffing Halloween bags for children that were unable to trick-or-treat on Halloween night. For our Christmas holiday service event, the Student Chapter participated in the Adopt a Family program. This is where Christmas gifts are provided to low-income families with small children.